And welcome back to another incredible episode of Unapologetically Shaun, where we talk about everything self-care, mental health awareness, and a splash of pop culture, and any and everything that I like to talk about. And also, remember, you can listen to Unapologetically Shaun on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Breaker, Radio Public, Anchor, and every Wednesday on my YouTube channel, Life with Shaun. So go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go follow me on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify so you know every Wednesday when each and every episode drops. Okay, so let's get into today's topic, which will be called self-doubt and overcoming it. Now, I decided to choose this topic in particular because I do personally struggle with battling self-doubt sometimes, and I know a lot of you also battle self-doubt as well. And I just wanted to talk about, the common causes of self-doubt and really a few ways to overcome self-doubt. And also, I have a challenge that I'm going to talk about later on that we all should try to do to gain more self-confidence. So if you're interested in today's episode, stay tuned. And also, remember, please share if you care to somebody else that you feel will resonate with this message as well. All right, let's dive right into it. So I'm going to talk about 5 common causes of, self-doubt that we all may not know that these causes are some of the reasons why we have self-doubt. But most of the time, it starts off with like past experiences and mistakes we might have actually made in the past that may have caused us to be insecure or have lack of self-confidence. And personally, I wouldn't say it's mistakes that cause that for me, or like past experience. Well, I would say rejection not kind of affected my self-confidence in a way and caused a bit of self-doubt. But I don't really think that really resonates with me as much as I thought it would. But that could be a common cause of self-doubt is your past experiences and your mistakes. So think about it, write it down, do a little shadow work, and think about how your self-doubts or your past mistakes or past experiences contribute to you having self-doubt. Now, the next one would be childhood upbringing. And if you have listened to any of my previous podcast episodes from Unapologetically Shaun and Black Girl Healing Session, I definitely talk about my childhood upbringing. And yes, 100% that totally resonates with me because that's caused a lot of self-doubt in me. When you're being compared to other people and you're not celebrated for your accomplishments or for how good you are, it can make you feel like you're not good enough. And it can cause self-doubt. And that's what happened to me. If you have to build up a child so they can go in the right direction, right? You have to build their self-confidence. And I don't feel like my self-confidence as a child was ever built. So I had to learn about that as an adult because that wasn't instilled in me as it should have. So that's what contributes to my own personal self-doubt and not thinking I'm good enough in all aspects of my life. So also do some shadow work and see if your childhood upbringing could be also a result of you having self-doubt as well. And also, I just talked about before with comparison with others, that was a struggle that I had as a child, being compared. Like, you're doing this like this person, or you're doing this like that person, but never, you're doing a great job. You're good enough the way you are. Or what you have done is good. The comparison can really, really damage your self-esteem. It can damage your confidence. It can cause self-doubt. So that's a major one that I feel like most of us are experiencing. And we experience this in our adulthood too, because now that we have social media, you don't have to have other people comparing you. It's like it's you fighting yourself, comparing yourself to other people's lives, even though we all know social media is a complete lie. People only show you the good. They'll never show you the bad sides of anything in their life. So just think about, like, with comparing yourself, you have to really do a lot of work within, like inner work, so you don't have to compare yourself to other people, and to really understand that your journey is for you and their journey is for them, and what God has for you is for you. So yeah, let's go on to the next one, which is having self-doubt when it comes to new challenges. I think most of us face this too. We're afraid to take that risk, to take that jump, take that leap of faith. And I struggle with that, and I'm becoming a lot more self-confident, as I get older, because I'm understanding that I am good enough. And during the process of reparenting myself, I have to, really remind myself that I can do whatever I put my mind to. You hear that as a child. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And that is so true. Like, if you dedicate the time, you dedicate your effort, you believe, you don't have to have anybody else believe in you. But if you believe that you can do it, you can accomplish any new obstacle that comes your way, any new challenges, you can do it. So that's where I'm at now. And I have a lot of things that I want to do to really get myself out of my comfort zone. And so I'm in that process of pushing myself, like, hey, you can do it. Don't be afraid to take risks. So new challenges can cause self-doubt, but you know that you can do it. Just keep telling yourself you can do it, and take I can't out of your vocabulary. All right, last common cause of self-doubt is the fear of failure and the fear of success. I definitely talked about this I think this had its own no, it didn't have its own episode, but I talked heavily in another episode about people having the fear of failure and the fear of success. It's a lot of people that are just afraid to succeed because they don't think they're good enough. They don't think they can succeed. So they're afraid. So they self-sabotage themselves so they can't succeed, And I don't think I ever had that problem like majorly, but I do sometimes self-sabotage myself because I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of success. I'm afraid of failure. And one thing that I've learned is that if you don't have failure, you don't have success. Like, the biggest people that you can think of have failed time and time and time again, and they have gotten back up and tried until they succeeded. So that's basically what we all need to practice. Like, it's okay to fail. So when you fail, you learn a lesson, and then you do it better the next time. So you just have to fail to succeed. That's a quote. If you don't get anything out of this message today, understand that you have to fail to succeed. And don't be afraid to fail, and don't be afraid of success, because we all deserve success in this life. Now, I have a few ways to overcome self-doubt in your own personal life. And the first one would be to ground yourself and just say stop. Just take a moment to just stop and just be centered with yourself. You have to be grounded, and you have to understand that it's okay to fail. It's okay that you aren't where you at the moment, but you're going to get there. You have to be your own cheerleader. It doesn't matter what, you're trying to do. You have to be the person that believes in you. So make sure that you stay grounded. The second one is to just take a break. Just take a moment to breathe and get yourself back centered. Just like grounding yourself, you just need to take a moment. Sometimes we just need to take a moment. It's okay to take a break. And then don't be afraid to seek help. That is something that I struggle with. I struggle bad, is asking for help. I asked for help at the very, very last moment when I could ask for help in the beginning and save myself a lot of heartache. So if you could do anything, just take a moment and just say, it's okay. I don't know what I'm doing, but if I ask somebody else, they might know more and they could help me. So don't be afraid to take the help and ask for help. All right. So what I want all of you to do is try this 21-day challenge of regaining your self-confidence. All right. So I want you to get a journal. I want you to use your favorite pen. And I just want you to do this for 21 days. All right. So the first the first week, so the first 7 days, I want you to write 3 things you're grateful for each day. So that's basically practicing gratitude. I want you to do that the first week. And then the second week, from day 8 to 14, I want you to write times you feel unsure about yourself and reasons behind them. And then the last week, so this is a 3-week process, from day 15 to 21, I want you to write steps you've taken and how you feel. And I promise by day 21, you will have a better understanding, or you will have more clarity on regaining your self-confidence. And I promise you, I'm practicing this too. So don't think that I'm just giving you out these challenges and I'm not doing it myself, because we're all on this journey of healing and self-improvement. And I just want to make sure that I'm being a light and I'm helping others to find their self as well as me finding myself. All right, so I want to wrap this up, and I want to thank everybody for listening to Unapologetically Shaun every Wednesday. And if you know somebody else that will benefit from this podcast, please share, because I feel like this message, God has given me this voice and given me this message to get to other people. And I just want to share it to as many people as I can, because that's what He put me on this earth to do. All right. I want to thank you again. And remember, every Wednesday, you can listen to Unapologetically Shaun and Black Girl Healing Session on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, Breaker, Radio Public, Anchor, and my YouTube channel, Life with Shaun. All right. You all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I hope your 2022 is starting off a positive year and more great things to come. All right. Bye.